her ladies. Must have been a deadly kiss.
Hai, selamat datang ke
BorakSpace.
Yes, Alhamdulillah dah episod 11 dah. Okay.
Episod 11 doh. Dah 11 minggu doh kita buat benda ni.
Ya doh.
Kau
Tak ada live sial.
tak ada live.
Mungkin inilah live kita selepas ini.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
To be fair, 12 episod tapi satu episod tak boleh pakai. Kau dah explain kat Ali tak kenapa tak boleh pakai episod tu?
Tak doh, aku ingat kau dah explain.
Aku tak explain kat dia lagi.
I'm gonna swing
From the chandelier. From the chandelier.
So mungkin lepas ni kita akan beritahu lah.
Yeah.
Bagi tahu Ali.
Aku akan beritahu dia.
Mungkin dia akan tunggu, oh ada next episode. Sorry doh Ali, tak ada dah, tak boleh guna dia footage tu.
Okay. Speaking of Adli, alright. It tied me to a certain. Okay, so aku jumpa this one video kat TikTok. Apa nama dia? Who was he? Dia actor hikayat Puteri Sazlan tu. Apa nama dia?
Fimi Don.
Fimi Don. Okay, Fimi Don kan right now is making a lot more content on TikTok kan. A few of it like he's rapping and everything semua tu. But there was one, and he posed a very interesting question where macam you want to change to be better, alright, which is a good thing, but you are changing for that person, and once that person is no longer in your life, what happens to the change? So when he said that, aku remembered a conversation that I had with Adli. Okay, and I think this is like the topic where macam where the topic would be like macam what do you know about yourself, what you don't know about yourself, or how other people see you and who you really are. I think it's a little bit related to the last one punya episode, tapi this one just a little bit more insightful. Okay, so after I saw that video from apa lagi nama dia?
Fimi Don.
After I saw the video from Fimi Don, I'm very bad with names. Okay, so after I saw the video from Fimi Don, though it terus made me remind of what Ali said to me. So I was telling him like after the breakup, and then like also been telling him that I've been working really hard, but yes, of course, to escape from my problems. I see that. But I also been praying a lot, macam aku jaga solat aku.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, which is really good. And I'm still doing those things like after the breakup, right? So then Ali said something to me that really touched my heart, where dia kata macam, well, if you're still doing those things, it means that that's really who you are. And it just took the right person to open that part of yourself, kan? And tak apalah, and then he did say macam, in the relationship we don't know what's going to happen ke apa semua tu, but at least you were able to know yourself a little bit and etc.
Faham.
And I think macam mana, I think part of it is true and part of it's not true as well, because right now, let's say praying wise, I haven't been doing much of my prayers. Some of it tertinggal and everything.
Faham.
But the times that I do pray, it is 1,000% ikhlas just because I want to pray. Before this, I was praying because I was afraid. Okay.
Yeah. Faham.
I was afraid. Now I'm praying because I want to. It's a little rough transition because aku nampak lah the numbers drop. The number of prayers drop. Tapi I am praying a whole lot more now, and I kind of like that. Yeah.
Faham.
Yeah.
Aku rasa macam sebelum ni aku pernah cakap, if orang tu datang kat hidup kau and kau berubah, and betul lah apa dia cakap, and kau sebenarnya kau actually tak berubah untuk dia pun, kau just berubah mungkin
memang untuk aku.
Yeah.
Because I remember I told myself that I wanted to be the best version of me possible, and I remember wanting to do that. So yeah.
And aku nak tanya kau rasa semua orang dalam dunia ni dia nak tak jadi the best version of diri dia?
I mean, macam mana? Nak tu is very vague and subjective tau. Like how much do you want it? How much do you want it is the only difference. Macam aku nak kaya, kau nak kaya. Tapi how much do you want it?
Betul.
Because aku, in a sense, if I want to be better, a better version of me, aku akan buka articles, baca everything that I need to know. Aku akan borak dengan orang, tanya soalan. Okay, where do you think you failed? What do you think you did right? And aku nak berjaya like as much as I want to breathe. So that's up to you. Macam kalau kau kau nak berjaya tapi kerja kau just scroll through Twitter and Instagram, and then tengok rumah lawa macam ni quote retweet, one day this will be mine. And then kau garu telur selepas tu, and then you're not getting it lah kan. Honestly kan, what are you sacrificing? What are you putting on the table for certain things like that to happen kan?
Yeah, betul.
So macam I don't know, maybe that is the case, maybe that is not the case. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Tapi macam okay, like in your instance kan, pernah tak macam you know, someone notice a very big change inside of you?
Aku sendiri kot. Aku rasa.
Kau sendiri?
Aku nampak perubahan tu.
Kat diri sendiri?
Kat diri sendiri.
Oh shit, that's so much better daripada orang lain bagi tahu.
Ya. Sebab sebab masa aku before this, aku betul-betul like duduk and tengok reflect diri aku ni betul-betul and kenal apa masalah aku ni and all. And lama-lama aku rasa macam mungkin aku dah improve. And contoh before this aku suka bergosip. And gosip benda-benda bodoh kan. So sampai sekarang ni aku di mana aku rasa gosip tu aku rasa tak elok. Dan aku rasa macam aku tak perlukan negativity dalam hidup aku dah.
Yeah.
So sekarang ni aku buang je benda tu. And aku memang fokus benda yang boleh buat aku happy. And fokus untuk kata apa, membahagiakan orang-orang sekeliling aku. So aku rasa macam okay. Sebab before this aku rasa aku just memang pentingkan diri sendiri je. Just nak aku je and all. And now aku rasa macam diorang pernah buat aku happy, kenapa tak aku buat diorang happy juga. So aku rasa macam wow, bagus Haris. Alhamdulillah.
So that's a change that you saw. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. Aku ada topik ni.
Silakan.
Tak ada topik ni. Tak ada topik ni. Rasa macam force the conversation ni.
Tak adalah, okay je.
Okay, alright. So that's change. Crazy. I don't know where to lead off with that, honestly. This part.
Aku rasa banyak je benda yang okay, contoh kalau soalan dia adalah apa yang kau nampak yang dah berubah daripada hakim Haziq ke Hakim Paka, ke Hakim Paka dan Hakim Haziq sekarang. Apa yang kau rasa macam betul-betul macam good thing yang berubah kat kau? Sebab aku tahu benda ni untuk aku sendiri, aku rasa aku jadi baik pun orang kata menjadi better version of myself sekarang pun because of my ex which is diorang mengajar aku how to be sabar, how to tidak menjealous kuat-kuat and all. Aku rasa itu macam improvement daripada dulu aku kuat gila babi jealous, and then aku improve sikit macam okay, tak perlu pun untuk jealous, tak perlu pun insecure sangat-sangat pun, you know. Aku rasa itu mungkin adalah salah satu improvement yang aku tengok. Untuk engkau apa yang improvement yang you know?
Aku rasa I'm a little bit less whiny now about my problems. Because before this, I was very whiny. Very whiny, okay? And this is how I realized how whiny I was. Because before this, everything mattered. Okay, every small thing, every detail mattered, apa semua tu kan. And then I met a few people that are, you know, telling me about their problems and everything and shit like that. And I kind of saw how whiny they were. Yeah, aku dah cerita kat kau kan. Yeah, and then that's when I looked at I looked at them and I'm like, holy shit, was I this whiny? Holy fucking shit. And then so macam now I'm looking back and I'm thinking macam, oh my god, no wonder she left.
Oh, baru tahu sekarang.
Baru nampak sekarang. Dude, like I never realized. Like before this I'm like this type of person macam okay, every problem matters. you have to feel your emotions out. But sometimes I just feel like all your emotions are just playing tricks on you. And you're just like, everything is related to the past, to the past. Sure, certain things like trauma and stuff like that is okay. But if you're going to use your trauma for every single problem, then that becomes an issue tau. Like even if let's say your trauma is macam you sentuh a hot pot kan, and then macam your tangan sakit. Okay, let's say that is your trauma, okay? And then tiba-tiba because you fail your exam, that reminded me of the trauma. Which, of course, I'm using very vague examples. Of course, they all berkait lah actually in a sense, but I don't think that's the right way to live, though. I don't think that's the right way to live. That's when I started to see that macam, okay, I have become way too whiny. That's why. Now I'm not that whiny. Now macam I really sit down and really think through. Here's one thing I realized about being Hakim Haziq. Hakim Haziq really likes to think about his problem. He's not that person yang macam terus come up with an answer. If dia dah experience it before, dia boleh come up with an answer. But if it's something new, he has to sit down. He has to think about it. He has to go through every possibility dulu apa semua tu. And if you ask for an answer from him while he's thinking, he's going to give like a rash or a premature answer. And then suddenly tiba-tiba once dia dah okay, dia dah calm down, dia dah tidur, dia bangun balik, tiba-tiba answer tu berubah.
Yeah.
It's just fucking annoying. That's just who I am. I take a while to process my emotions. Aku nak lawan dengan siapa pun, nak protest, nak compete macam I figure it out. It's not a fucking test though. It's not a fucking test. There's no time limit. Betul. Yeah, but that's one thing I realized about myself juga dulu. I always macam nak figure it out cepat. This is the first time aku macam sit down and betul-betul nak think about it. Because after apa member aku cakap dengan aku, ataupun after seeing a lot of things, aku just baring, sit down and macam okay, let's really think about this. Maybe let's sleep it out dulu and then macam see how it is in the morning. So I'm learning not to be whiny lah. To betul-betul understand logic aku rasa macam ni. Not just logic lah, but because okay, here's the thing lah. Emotions, sometimes they're not logical. Sometimes they are logical. But is it logical for me to be this upset, this whiny about a problem, right? So that's one thing.
Nanti okey lah, insyaAllah. Tapi ingat tak yang kau pernah cakap pasal kau punya diri macam ni and ex kau adalah macam ni? Apa lah itu kau cakap tu?
Yang mana?
Yang pasal kita jenis yang nak solve problem depan mata.
Anxious dengan avoidant attachment.
That one.
Yeah.
Adakah sebab tu juga yang pada awal tu macam kita macam terlalu gelojoh nak jawapan time tu juga?
Okay, so if you guys don't know, there's this thing called there's this thing called attachment styles, right? So essentially there's 3 or there's more, tak ingat. But the more popular ones are basically secure attachment style, which is basically these are people yang grew up in a very kucing. They grew up in a very lovely family. Everything was all their needs were met, and it was all good lah. And then there's anxious attachment style, which is me, right? And anxious attachment style is basically sometimes the parents are there, sometimes the parents are not there, sometimes the parents are there for the emotional support, and sometimes they are not. So it makes them second guess their value a little bit. Macam like, why is today? Why are my parents not okay with me today? Or why are my parents okay with me today? So it makes them anxious. They're always like looking out for things. And then there's this thing called avoidant attachment styles. Okay, avoidant attachment styles, they were completely neglected when they were growing up, while they were young, and it made them feel like they should just rely on themselves and not rely on anyone else. Now, and this is how you portray, or this is how you are when you are in a relationship. So avoidant and anxious attachment styles are the 2 styles that like to fall in love with each other the most, but they also have really big problems here and there.
Betul.
Especially when the both of them are not trying to heal and trying to be a little bit more secure.
Yeah, betul.
So, apa kaitan dengan soalan kau tadi?
Macam kau cakap sebelum ni kan, kau macam nak jawapan terus, and kau tak terus orang kata apa, tak fikir dulu and all. Sebab adakah sebab contoh macam avoidance tadi kan, adakah style itu adalah terbaik? Macam tadi kau cakap kan, kau nak settlekan habis terus, tapi ada setengah orang yang memang nak lepak dulu, fikir dulu, tidur dulu.
It's not easy as like that, because these avoidance sorry, I'm tengah makan.
Dengar.
Yes, I'm right. These avoidance sometimes they just avoidance, most of the time they want to run away from those big emotions. And even maybe the next day, once they feel like the things are okay and everything, they're not going to bring up the subject. If the thing has died down, it has died down.
Okay.
That's how avoidance are.
Okay, faham.
And then one day, probably 2 or 3 months later, if you want to talk to them about it, they'll talk to them about it. Do you think that's good? Running away? I'm running away from my problems right now. Do you think that's good?
Tidak.
No, it's not. But to even also to macam want to solve a problem right away is also not good. Because people need time to think about it.
Yeah.
So both methods are not good. None of them are better.
Faham.
None of them are better. But the best one right now is obviously let the other person sleep about it, think about it, and then enjoy a nice breakfast in the morning ke apa semua tu. Don't let it linger for a month or two. Don't let it linger for a week. Maybe give it 1 or 2 days and then come back talk to the topic.
Betul.
Yeah, because we need time to process our thoughts and the avoidant also needs to take their time and focus things onto. Avoidant, if you get them, okay, tak apalah, we can talk about it later. They will take the later.
Dia punya later.
Dia punya later tu.
Aku rasa betul sebab kalau kita macam nak terus jawapan and kita tak sempat fikir pun the best answer untuk masalah itu, and itu pun boleh membuatkan lagi bergaduh kita. Sebab pemilihan ayat time tu pun kurang tepat dan kurang bagus. So itu pun boleh lead kepada pergaduhan. So ya. Ada masalah kita boleh tunggu kot. Kita boleh tunggu. Chill.
Oh, hidup kena chill.
Hidup kena chill, man.
Hidup kena chill. Tapi it is involving me being an anxious person. Memang every single thing mattered to me, because an anxious person, okay, macam aku, if let's say every day kiteorang keluar lepak, and then you, let's say aku dan kau couple kan, and then you hold my right hand always. Every time when we go out, you hold my right hand, and then tiba-tiba one day you stop holding my right hand and you just hold my shoulder. To me, it's like, did something go wrong? Did something go wrong? Kenapa ni? What's going on kan?
Dia akan jadi banyak gila senario dalam otak. Kau akan rasa macam dia ada nampak sesiapa kat sini kan? Ada sesiapa dia kenal kan? Saya dia nak sorok apa?
Anxious attachment style.
Aku rasa kat luar tu ramai gila macam ni.
Ramai. So if you're an anxious attachment style, it's mainly because your caregivers, when you were young, sometimes they were there for you, sometimes they were not there for you, and you look out, you tengok macam, okay, is today a good day to talk to my mom? Okay, it's not. Okay, I'm not going to talk to my mom. You become this thing called hyper vigilant, where kau macam always on the standby, looking for something to go wrong. It's not healthy to live that way. It's not healthy to live that way. And avoidance pula, they rely on themselves a little bit, way too much, where they are very afraid to ask for help. You don't want to ask for help. They don't know how to be vulnerable or how to deal with big emotions. So sometimes if you have like an avoidant friend, so when you go up to them and then macam tell them about your problems ke apa semua tu kan, they'll just make it seem like it's very simple. That's what avoidance are. That's what avoidance are. Because they can't process their own emotions. Apa lagi emotions kau?
Betul sangat.
So it's not because of your fucking horoscopes. It's not because you're a fucking Capricorn, you're dating a Gemini, bullshit tu. It all comes down to who you are and how you were raised as a person. It comes to if you're a secure attachment style, an avoidant attachment style, or an anxious attachment style. That's the only thing that matters. There's studies on this, okay? Like papers and papers about who they are, what they are as a person, etc. Apa semua tu. And right now, I'm trying to shift from an anxious attachment style to a secure attachment style. Secure attachment style. I didn't do it for my ex. I did it really for me because it's getting annoying living this way.
Faham.
Like, macam kau you being appreciative tu apa semua tu kan. Like you mentioned in the last episode, that's how you stop being an anxious attachment style. That's the self-healing to become secure.
Faham.
That's why aku macam, siapa tanya kau kan? Siapa yang suggest you that idea kan? It came by yourself. That's fucking good lah. That's amazing.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. And
then if you're let's say if you're an avoidant attachment style and you want to shift away from that, you want to change to a secure attachment style, the avoidant needs to know that they are no longer living in that household or in that situation where nobody wants them or nobody wants to help them. You are no longer living in that situation. You are in a whole new situation, and you have to accept that. You have to accept that this is now a whole new different situation, and then that's how you change for the better lah. So and avoidant needs to be more aware of the present, and anxious attachment style needs to be more grateful.
Yeah, betul-betul. Aku setuju. Tapi berapa banyak avoidance pernah kau jumpa? So far sekali.
Sarah is an avoidant.
Yeah.
Sarah is an avoidant. Adam is an anxious.
Nampak siya.
Adam is an anxious kan. You're an anxious. I'm an anxious. Siapa lagi ya? Shazza punya kawan aku, Shazza, dia punya boyfriend is an avoidant.
Damn.
Dia punya boyfriend tu avoidant. Siapa lagi ya? There aren't many avoidance yang aku boleh pinpoint.
Faham. Tapi adakah kau rasa avoidance ni untuk dia sendiri, adakah benda tu merupakan satu macam memang dia punya, orang kata apa, tak adalah defense mechanism.
Dia punya self-defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Memang dia punya self-defense mechanism. Bila things are getting a little bit too heated, they will pull away. Diorang akan nak isolate and be with themselves and rasa re-grounded again.
Damn.
Macam turtle yang masuk balik dalam diorang punya shell. Yeah.
Macam mana nak settle siap macam tu?
Itu memang up to them. Memang up to them. Tapi to be fair, if they want to live their whole life macam tu, tak ada masalah. Because that's what makes them safe. Tak ada masalah. Tapi dia tak boleh expect it to be 1,000% healthy lah. It's only probably 40% healthy. Us being anxious pun is not healthy.
Betul.
It's 40% healthy. Because we're doing it just to be safe. That's the only reason we're doing it. We're doing it just to feel safe. But you have to accept that it's not healthy and you have to change to become a better person. And you have to do that for you, not for anyone else. Because if you're doing it for anyone else, macam Rafi Don cakap dalam video dia, the moment that person are gone, there's no more meaning of why you change.
Yeah, betul.
I want to change for myself. Memang I want to be successful for myself. I want to learn a lot of money for myself. I want to pray for myself. These are the things that I want to do for myself.
Yeah. Betul. Kalau korang rasa macam tu juga, first nak buat sebabkan orang lain, lepas tu tiba-tiba orang lain tu tak ada, and just anggap je benda tu memang korang dah plan untuk buat untuk diri korang sendiri. Untuk menjadi better version of yourself.
There are some good changes yang macam like I want to change for her. It's not for her. It's so you can be a better version.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have to put up with a shitty version of you. That's
betul,
all.
Betul.
That's the best narrative.
Betul.
Right? So there was this one TikTok that I liked. It was like an old man speaking and kata macam, I will take care of me for you. And you take care of yourself for me. That is the most beautiful way to do things.
Betul. Yeah, betul.
Yeah, because your change is not relying on the person. And let's say the person passed away, the person is not gone, it's not there anymore semua kan. What happens to you?
Betul.
What happens to you?
Yeah. Damn. Ya, betul. Ya, change untuk diri sendiri. Ya. Sebab macam sebelum ni, aku rasa change tu disebabkan pengalaman aku bersama seseorang. Contoh macam aku cakap sebelum ni adalah jealous. Aku memang sebelum ni kuat jealous and all. And then lepas aku break dengan this one girl, aku buat orang kata apa, couple baru dengan seorang perempuan ni, and aku dah tak ada rasa jealous tu. Sebab aku rasa macam sebenarnya kunci dia adalah kau percaya je dia, and then kau akan hidup dengan senang. Kau dah tak ada macam, weh dia ni keluar dengan siapa apa semua. Kau percaya and aku rasa relationship tu pun akan jadi lebih healthy. Ya, sebab kau percaya. And then itu aku rasa perubahan yang aku nampak. Ya. Disebabkan orang juga, and then end up untuk diri kau sendiri juga.
Yeah, I get that. Aku also a little bit on the jealous spectrum, tapi tak adalah macam extreme. Macam but a little bit on the jealous spectrum. Yeah. So that's one thing I have to work on.
Tapi aku tak nampak pun
apa
jealous tu.
Kau tak nampak aku jealous tu? It's in control. It's in control. Dia macam tak adalah jealous to the point macam tak payah keluar dengan dia lah apa semua tu.
Okay.
Dia macam
kau cool kan?
Yeah. Dia macam aku pun nak keluar dengan dia. Dia macam tu je. That's as far as it goes. Macam bestnya I pun nak ikut.
Itu orang akan rasa comel lah. Dia tak ada annoying lah. Sial lah dia ni, asyik tak nak bagi aku keluar je. Tapi dia macam
tak adalah tak bagi.
Okay, nanti kita keluar. Okay, macam tu lah. Kau akan dapat reply macam tu lah kan. Faham.
Aku just like spending time with my partner. Tu je. Aku quality time je. And then there's this one thing aku belajar tau.
Apa tu?
Okay, this is about your love language.
Love language, ya.
Do you know what your love language is?
Aku punya bagi barang kot.
Gift.
Ya.
Makes sense. Banyak gift kan kau dah kasi Lee kan?
Banyak.
Yeah.
Birthday dia 3 kali aku bagi.
Oh my god.
Ya.
Hair dryer,
iPhone. Apa lagi satu tu? Ya Allah.
Kalau katil time aku tak nak dengar
Itu dah banyak. Hey, budak-budak jangan tengok lah.
Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Sebab itulah dia feral. Itu apa love language apa tu? Memberi jugalah tu.
Ya tu. Sure. Whatever you piece of shit. Whatever works for you.
Engkau apa? Quality.
Aku 2 things. Quality time and acts of service.
Act of service.
Don't do it the same amount. Aku kalau aku buat something, if I give a gift pun, it would be in a sense yang macam ni akan kurangkan beban kau kan. Aku akan buat. So at the moment aku tahu kau ada beban, aku akan macam do it. Macam okay, for example, before this with my ex, and then like her son wants to macam goes to school apa semua, but I know she's busy in the day and it's hard for her to contact these schools apa semua. So I pick up the phone and I call every school, I email all of them, and once they got a response, they macam okay, can I pass you her number so you can talk to her? It'll be much more easier that way. So aku memang acts of service kind of guy.
Baik siap. Thank you though.
Hey, thanks though. Babi. Celaka. And then one more thing is quality time. So aku memang just suka spend time even if we're doing nothing. Tapi macam let's say macam I got her a Switch kan for her birthday kan. So macam even if dia main Switch dia and aku just datang tengok, commentate, tanya what is going on, what's going through her head, that's enough for me. Aku suka those kind of things. Okay, but here's the thing that I learned. Okay, did you know that when you are going through a rough time, you will do the opposite of your love language to yourself?
Shit, damn.
Let me give you an example. Okay, me, when I love quality time kan, but when I'm going through shit, I am not gonna give myself quality time. Instead, I'm gonna isolate myself from everyone just to feel alone.
Damn.
Acts of service. I will stop doing acts of service for myself. I will not clean my room. I will not tidy up myself. I will not do anything to make my life a little bit easier.
Faham.
Kalau words of affirmation, you start saying horrible shit inside your head.
Shit.
Kalau physical touch, you...
Itu pun aku punya satu.
Oh, tu punya physical touch juga.
You don't touch yourself anymore.
You don't... tak adalah macam tu kan. Tak adalah macam tu. But sure man. If that works. If that works. Physical touch aku tak ingat apa. Physical touch. There was a TikTok video explaining this. Siapa call ni? Nyampuk. Where was it?
Mungkin kita letak.
Okay.
Kita dah touch. Okay. Anymore.
Okay. Main love language is do the opposite. Okay. You do the opposite to yourself as a destructive behavior. Okay. If your love language is quality time, what do you do to yourself? You isolate. Okay. You know, if your words of affirmation, you have negative internal dialogue inside your head. Alright, which is true. Acts of service, you have messy home and you have undone things. Betul, I have a lot of undone things. That is very true. And then physical touch, you avoid human interaction.
Shit.
Betul lah?
You know?
Betul lah. Okay, alright. And then receiving gifts, okay? Giving gifts, not feeling worthy of treating yourself with new things.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Betul lah?
Damn. Aduh. Okay.
Aku first time aku dengar tu aku macam holy fucking shit.
Damn.
Betul kan?
Betul.
Those are destructive behaviors towards yourself. Once you're feeling shitty, once you're feeling down, those are the things that you do to yourself.
Yeah. Damn. Nampak tak apa yang kita buat kat diri sendiri? Damn.
Yeah. Crazy kan?
Crazy
kan?
Pecah otak tu.
Kan, aku first time aku tengok video tu, aku just campak my phone to a side and aku just self-reflect. We fuck betul tu. All of this is true, sir. God damn.
Alamak. Ya. Lepas ni korang check korang punya love language. Lepas tu korang check balik adakah benda tu korang akan buat kat diri sendiri. Kalau tu stop lah.
Yeah. Kasih lah example macam apa ni. Pernah tak kau rasa? Kau pernah lalui? Confirm dah lalui kan?
Confirm dah.
Kasih
Contoh
example.
macam aku baru beli kasut itu. And aku tak rasa macam sebelum ni lah. Aku rasa macam okay, aku nak hadiahkan diri aku kan. Tapi benda tu macam dah mungkin sebab tu aku macam aku beli pun sebab nak sedapkan hati, something like that. Sebab aku rasa macam aku penat ke apa buat kerja ke apa kan. Just macam faham macam tu je. Tapi aku tak rasa macam before this lah. Aku rasa macam damn. Macam tak aku tak dapat enjoy lah. And physical touch tadi dia cakap apa? Physical touch? Kau
avoid human interaction.
Itu yang aku buat sekarang.
Oh yeah.
Aku macam memang kalau boleh tu aku memang malas nak jumpa orang ramai-ramai and all. Asal lah. Asal dah.
Damn.
Asal lah.
Aku tak tahu asal. What's going on in your life?
Mungkin aku just rasa macam sekarang ni aku tengah mencari-cari jalan. Sebab aku ada family and aku kena fikir jauh lah sekarang. Sebab sebelum ni aku tak payah fikir jauh pun. And now aku kena fikir jauh. And itu aku rasa menstresskan aku sedikit. And macam aku cakap tadi, aku cuba nak enjoy, happykan diri aku. Tapi benda tu dah jadi lain lah. Lepas aku cakap pula pasal benda ni, aku cakap ya dah. Aku sekarang ni pun memang aku rasa aku cuba jauh-jauhkan. Tapi lama-lama aku macam sebelum ni aku fikir aku duduk balik macam aku tak boleh lah. Tak boleh lah. Aku kenalah jumpa orang and all. Aku kena start balik menghargai semua orang. Yes. Sebab macam contoh macam aku rasa macam tu pun sebab kadang-kadang tu macam mungkin dah terlalu selesa duduk rumah. And aku pula ada baby. And masa dengan aku sangat-sangatlah orang kata apa, berlawan lah. Sebab aku sekarang nak cari masa, tak cukup masa kadang-kadang tu. And aku dah tak boleh macam dulu. Aku nak keluar untuk ambil idea. And aku sekarang ni aku sedikit stres sebab aku sekarang dulu setiap hari aku akan main gitar malam-malam. Sekarang aku tak boleh main gitar malam-malam sebab baby tidur. So aku music ni aku dah tertinggal jauh actually. Aku kena curi masa untuk ni. So itu membuatkan mungkin aku sedikit stres lah sekarang ni. So dengan adanya benda tu aku rasa alamak, Tak patut lah buat macam tu. Tak patut lah. Ya, aku rasa better aku jumpa orang lepas ni. And sebenarnya lepas aku dah jumpa orang, aku appreciate benda tu. Aku rasa macam aku happy. Tapi sebelum aku jumpa orang tu, aku macam malas tak payah, malas nak cakap dah, nanti bateri habis lah apa semua kan. Padahal bila dah jumpa orang tu, kau rasa macam best tu sebenarnya. Ya, sebenarnya tu. Tapi benda tu selalu lah, dia akan jadi dulu, awal-awal tu, which is aku macam malas, so tak pergi. Padahal bila kau dah jumpa orang, benda tu lagi, aku rasa lagi best tau, lagi happy. And kau jumpa orang, kau ada interaction dengan orang. And tu sebenarnya macam
that is the best lah. That is the best.
Daripada kau duduk rumah yang kau fikir macam malas jumpa, duduk rumah tak buat apa kan.
I get that. Aku sedar yang bila dia kata quality time tu, kau nak isolate, which is very true. Sebab time aku tengah melari pada problem, daripada buat kerja apa semua tu kan. Kalau member aku ajak main game, tak apa kot, tak nak tak nak. Aku memang akan lari ke diri. Kalau macam jom lepak, tak apa kot, aku ada kerja nak buat.
Faham.
Padahal aku tengah lari pada problem. Aku macam I like spending quality time with my friends. Even though main game dengan diorang pun, sebab diorang ni lawak tau. Diorang ni bodoh tau, kawan-kawan aku ni. Macam babi sial. Work as a team, okay? Kita main Valorant, work as a team, work as a team. Tapi dalam inside the team tu, semua nak tunjuk gempak.
Faham.
Tak kisahlah ejen apa diorang pakai, semua nak tunjuk gempak. Kalau let's say kan, let's say apa ni, let's say kau tengah kasih instruction ni, apa ni guys, kita kena jaga B ni macam kurang ni. Check balik. Kau check balik sebab kau kat bawah sekali kan. Aku tak nampak sesiapa bawah aku. Padahal mamat tu atas aku 1 kill je lebih. Check balik lah sial. And then let's say dia dah top frag kan, panggil aku abang lah babi. Aku macam pantat saya diorang ni. Mana diorang dapat idea nak jadi bodoh macam ni. Tapi those are the moments yang aku tak give myself. I told myself that I don't deserve this.
Faham.
Because I'm going through such a shitty environment, let it continue to be a shitty environment. But that's like one thing that I really appreciate about my ex. When she's going through macam shitty times ke apa semua tu, she tak limit herself to macam from her stop doing these things. She's going through a shitty time. If macam kawan dia ajak keluar, dia pergi keluar. Kalau dia nak spend time with family, dia spend time with family. Kalau pergi vacation, dia pergi vacation, which is very good tau. And I always I never saw that as a really good quality. Now I wish I have that quality. And I'm trying to be I'm trying to learn that from her. I'm trying to recall back everything that she did apa semua, because it's really good tau for doing that. It's really good. Time aku punya birthday pun aku tak nak celebrate dengan orang because quote unquote kerja. Padahal aku boleh je go missing for like 3 hours and then go have a dinner apa semua tu. But I didn't do that. I didn't want to be with people. I wanted to isolate myself.
Faham.
That's very bad.
Sangat-sangat.
That's very bad. Aku hilang 3 hours tu tak mati pun aku punya business.
Betul.
And aku just keep on telling people that macam akan mati. Tapi tak. I'm just running away from my problems. I'm just isolating myself again.
Faham.
Yeah. And then one more was what? What was it? Acts of service. I haven't done shit for myself. I haven't done shit for myself in such a very long time. I had my friends had to come out to me and they have to tell me once a week you have to do something for yourself. If you don't, then we're all just gonna bombard you, kacau you, punish you in some way, some form. And slowly I'm trying. Even if it's something small, kata macam, okay, I like going to cafes alone and just writing poetry. Okay, go do that lah.
Betul.
And every week aku pergi at least sekali.
Wah, best.
I'm learning. Learning how to love myself. And my ex was the best example of that. She really tried. I don't know what's going inside her head. Maybe she's had those thoughts and demons too. Maybe she's also running away from her problems as well. But at least she did it. At least she did it. I isolated myself. I didn't clean my room. I didn't do shit for myself. Didn't take care of my hair or my appearance or whatever shit like that. I really just let all of those things go. Now I'm slowly learning to do them again.
Bagus tu.
Yeah. Thanks though. But it's not complete yet.
Betul.
It's still a process.
Yeah. But yelah, kena start lah kan.
Kena start lah.
Damn. Ya, aku rasa mesti kat luar tu macam damn, betul siap.
Betul.
Ya. Kita boleh tengok macam tu lah. Bodoh lah Kim. Masa kau cakap sekarang lah, aku banyak benda terfikir ni. Betul juga tu.
Kan.
Ya. Kadang-kadang kita lupa untuk appreciate diri sendiri.
Yeah.
Damn.
Betul.
So Hakim lepas ni fikirlah pasal diri sendiri.
Still on it though. Still on it.
Boleh.
Yeah.
Tak ada masalah.
Remember aku cakap I figure things out much faster when I write. So maybe I should just continue writing lah. Even if it's uncomfortable, yelah try lah sikit-sikit. I don't have to have all the answers right now kan. Tapi at least aku cuba.
Tapi kau pelik tak? Asal orang lain lebih tahu pasal kita dari kita? Adakah mungkin kita tak sedar lah?
Yeah.
Orang lain yang mungkin tengok, dia tahu and dia bagi tahu kat kita. Kan? Kadang kita tak sedar kan? That's why lah kena keluar jumpa orang.
Okay. Contoh. Okay, tell me something yang aku rasa aku tak sedar sendiri aku. Aku borak dengan kau at least every week, every day. What's something?
Kau tak sedar
What something yang
tapi dah cakap kot, yang ni paling aku nampak lah. Kau banyak buat benda untuk orang, tapi kau tak buat banyak benda untuk diri kau sendiri.
Ya, betul.
Banyak sangat kau buat untuk orang. Kau buat itu, kau buat ini untuk orang. Kau buat itu, kau buat ini untuk orang. Tapi tak ada satu benda pun, ini untuk aku tu. Aku tak nampak lagi.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Game.
Aku tak nampak dia.
Kau pergi orang punya set, kau pergi orang punya premier. Tapi apa yang kau buat untuk kau?
Though. Aku actually remember this one sentence kau pernah kasih aku. Apa ni? I think I was telling you like I wanted to do something for someone, and then kau terus message aku kata macam, relax lah sel. Benda ni baru berlaku, everything baru happen, and then kenapa kau fikir suara lain? And then macam aku tak tahu kenapa.
Kan?
Aku tak tahu kenapa.
Kau fikir orang lain dulu daripada kau fikir kau. Tapi aku faham je. Aku rasa aku before this pun aku macam tu. Aku dalam aku punya otak ni aku ada like, okay, nama dia ni dulu, lepas nama dia ni siapa. Tapi satu masa tu macam kena letak orang-orang nama ni adalah dekat league lain. So kau kena lalui league ni dulu, which is nama kau. Kau buat kau dulu, baru kau boleh tengok orang lain punya. And aku rasa mungkin lepas kau dah buat kat orang lain pun akan buat kat kau juga. Faham tak maksud dia? Which is macam kau dah tolong dia, nanti mungkin dia akan tolong kau juga lepas tu. And all. Aku faham je kalau nak fikir orang lain dulu daripada diri kita ni. Tapi diri kita ni nak kerja, diri kita ni nak untuk diri kita. So kita kena fokus dah diri kita juga. Kau belum apa-apa dah fikir orang lain dulu, diri sendiri tak fikir.
Ya tu, betul tu. Hidup.
Tapi aku rasa ini semua adalah perjalanan seseorang. Kau punya jalan lain, aku punya jalan lain. Mungkin aku jumpa dulu, and mungkin ada benda yang kau jumpa dulu aku tak jumpa lagi. Faham tak?
Betul.
So disebabkan kita jumpa ni, so kita dah bagi tahu ni, aku ambil sikit pada kau ambil sikit pada aku. Mungkin kita ambil sikit daripada orang lain boleh ambil daripada kita. And all. So jadilah kehidupan.
Faham. That's true. Then alang-alang tu aku nak tanya one more thing je while I'm figuring myself out kan.
Okay.
What's one thing that you admire about me?
Aku suka engkau adalah di mana engkau merupakan kawan baru aku. Aku boleh bawa jumpa sesiapa je. Campak lah kau dah boleh berborak dah. Kau tahu tak?
Oh shit.
Itu yang aku paling ingat tak aku jumpa kita lepak dengan Ezra. Tiba kita lepak dengan Fik kawan-kawan aku. Lepak dengan Apis tiba. Tapi kau semua boleh borak siap. Syaz punya husband tu pun boleh borak kau tahu. Padahal aku pun first time jumpa. Aku tengok macam settle lah Mamat ni. Dah settle dah, boleh borak gitu lah.
Syaz pun satu.
Syaz tu ingat tak yang dia tengok Instagram. Dia punya laki adalah tengok Instagram Jopa duduk sebelah kau.
Yang sebelah aku tu.
Laki yang wife dia adalah Syaz yang pakai spek, pakai tudung tu. Kau rasa tu wife dia. And aku sangat-sangat impressed pasal benda tu. Sebab kau sangat bagus dengan orang. You know, kau tahu nak dengar bila engkau nak bercakap. Faham tak? Ada setengah tu memang dia pandai bercakap, tapi dia je lah bercakap. Engkau boleh dengar orang tu punya cakap, and kau boleh reply, and diorang pula dengar apa yang kau cakap.
Oh shit.
Itu kau punya kelebihan.
Oh fuck. Damn.
Mungkin kau tak nampak, tak tahulah.
I never saw it like that.
Senang tu Kim dengan kau ni. Kadang tu kalau macam contoh kawan baru aku bawa jumpa orang kan, dia akan duduk diam dulu kan, nampak lu gelak macam tu je. Engkau aku letak lah, kau akan buka topik, kau akan buat aku suka kau buat orang rasa senang. Ya, yes.
Oh damn. Kucing kau buat apa dengan beg aku?
Allah Akbar.
Aduh. Aku duk fikir tadi tu macam kucing Harik akan kacau ke beg aku? Tak kot.
Ya. Kalau macam tu apa aku?
Apa kau pula?
Kalau macam tu aku pula.
Okay. Aku nampak kau as this channel. Aku really admire the fact that you are very hopeful.
Damn.
Yeah, tapi in a very channel, your hope is not crazy or macam dumb ass hope now. Macam aku nampak macam once kau that you have a problem, you think about it, you tell me about it apa semua tu, but it doesn't seem impossible to you. Like macam you really try to make it happen and make it work, and I love that, and I love seeing that. Macam you, whenever aku look at you kan, I see hope. I really do see hope. And it's really good. It's really good. You make me feel very hopeful. Macam the fact that tiba-tiba one day kau nak do the podcast, and the fact that you're living this influencer life, but you're still able to provide for your family. You want to move soon to a new house. You're able to get all this equipment and everything and stuff like that. And these are all expensive shit. Like as a influencer, I know how much all of this shit costs, right? And so macam, but you never show like macam you're in a desperate need for money or things are not going well apa semua tu. You always show this side that macam things will get resolved and things will end up for the better apa semua tu.
Wow.
You probably don't know that's how you carry yourself, but that's how I see you.
Okay, faham.
And really admire that about you.
Damn. Baru doh.
You never heard this before. Shit, dude. Aku rasa the first time aku call kau, tanya pasal there was this one time I called Harid, and I was considering either going for a 9 to 5 live ataupun the influencer live, because I was in love and I wanted to provide the best for my partner that time. Yeah. And you told me that things can happen, this happened, etc. apa semua tu. But unfortunately that wasn't the right thing at that time for me to do. So macam tak apalah, but you got to live a part of my dream where you were able to make content and make a living out of it and provide for the people that you love. And every time I look at you, I'm just like, this can still one day happen to me. So you're like a nice inspiration, nice hope.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Aku nak save ni. So aku boleh tunjuk kat anak aku. Ayam macam ni tau. Damn, aku tak pernah tahu doh.
Yeah.
Okay, faham.
Yeah, macam tu.
Yeah.
Damn, what do we name this episode, sir?
Tak tahu siap.
God damn.
God damn.
Aku rasa kita just put a lot of things lah. Kita tak apa ni, attachment, love language, love yourself, puji session.
Aduh, betul.
Yeah,
faham. Oh, macam tu
Yeah. Kau pernah dengar about this peach theory tak?
Tak.
It's basically macam I got it from Fruit Basket. There's one anime where
Fruit Basket.
Pernah tengok Fruit Basket?
Aku pernah tengok. Pak An tunjuk aku dulu.
Yeah, bila aku sedih aku tengok Fruit Basket. Okay, so there was this one theory in Fruit Basket where basically macam as a peach, right? The qualities that you have are on your back. I don't know, maybe it's not a peach, maybe it's a different fruit lah. Maybe it was this one fruit where macam basically it's saying that the qualities that you have are carried on your back. So you don't actually know the qualities that you have. It's when other people come up to you and then they tell you about these qualities, that's when you notice them. Because you always look at yourself in front of the mirror, and you just see whatever you see lah, but you don't see what you actually have. You always see it as a one-dimensional plane.
Betul doh.
Yeah. So that's why macam certain people who have really low self-confidence is because no one has ever told them like what they actually saw besides their appearance, besides their exterior.
Betul.
Because it all comes down to what you actually have. Then people who are most confident or most amazing about themselves or most secure about themselves are the people yang macam they've heard these words before. They ask and macam, you know, they've been through so many down times before that people come up to them and remind them of their qualities.
Faham.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like macam for everyone on your birthday, like last year, I wanted to give the peach theory to them. I want them to have another thing that they can see in themselves.
Betul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Sangat nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tapi awal-awal tak ada topik pun. Tak pergi mana tu. Conversation tak pergi mana.
Ya doh. Tiba-tiba ke sini. Yeah.
Yeah.
So korang kat luar sana boleh lah like sit down korang and you know have this conversation.
Yeah.
Chill je.
One to one.
Yeah,
Maybe ramai-ramai tak jadi sangat effect
betul.
dia.
Lagi berepek-repek. Ada yang malu lah. Apalah.
One on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supaya dapat boost lah sikit kita punya confidence. Oh macam ni rupanya. What is that though?
Remote aircon.
Fish lah. Okay lah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure to give a compliment to the subscribe button.
Betul. Kalau korang ada rasa benda something yang korang nak cakap, boleh tinggalkan pitch tu dekat komen bawah tu. Asal pitch
Oh, tak tahu.
Okay, boleh komen dekat bawah tu. And jumpa korang setiap Ahad pada pukul 8 malam.
Yep. Ciao. Next time kita have a few guests kan.
Ya, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Korang tunggu.
Sebab kita orang tak ada hadiah ni.
Betul. Tolong lah. Alright. Bye.
Ciao.